Sam McIngvale, CEO of Coinbase Custody. Thanks so much for stopping by.
Thanks, Jeff. My pleasure.
You made some pretty major news today. You want to tell us about that?
Yeah, would love to. So today we're announcing that Coinbase Custody is acquiring Xapo's institutional business. It's a really big day for us. Xapo has built probably the preeminent crypto, really Bitcoin specifically, custody business in our space. They've been a role model for Coinbase Custody and really been a stalwart in our industry. We're very excited to sort of take over a lot of the foundation that they've started, if you will, and carry that forward.
Yeah, from what I recall of Xapo, they were very big in 2013, 2014, and their CEO made a name by putting like people's Bitcoin under a mountain, they said. And so you want to give us a little background about like what they did or why they're a player?
Yeah, I would be happy to. And they actually have a really cool vault in the Swiss mountains, among other places.
So there actually is something under a mountain?
There is a bunker in the Swiss mountains that they've used for a long time to secure a lot of their private keys.
And you guys bought that bunker?
It's unclear at this point if the bunker is going to come over as part of the acquisition, but it is something we're looking at. So you're exactly right. Xapo formed in 2013, 2014, really as a result of Wences, the CEO, looking around and saying there needs to be a secure place to store Bitcoin in particular. Simultaneous to that founding, there were a bunch of who today are some of the most preeminent names in crypto that started investing, started needing a Bitcoin custodian. So they sort of all came together with really great timing in 2013, 2014. And since then, Xapo has been able to provide really just fantastic Bitcoin custody services to those groups of clients for the past 4 or 5 years.
We're talking about like the early customers or the early, or whales or the early hodlers. Right?
Oh yeah, so if you think of folks that were really doing large investments into the space in 2013, 2014 and have continued to invest since then, that's a lot of the client base that they've built up. So it really are folks that have been heavy in this space for 5 years.
So we're talking of potentially millions or billions of assets under management.
Absolutely.
Xapo and Coinbase are two of the biggest names in cryptos. This is presumably one of the largest acquisitions the crypto market has seen, right?
We think so. It's certainly the largest acquisition Coinbase has undertaken.
Custody, why is that a big thing? Like it's basically equivalent to a safety deposit box, right?
I think that's the right analogy for when Xapo started in 2013, 2014. Really the primary concern was always securing Bitcoin, so making it as secure as possible, as offline as possible. That's why there's a bunker in the Swiss mountains that no one can get to. Moving forward, I think the next phase of crypto custody is one about, it's a much broader suite of services, servicing a much broader set of crypto assets. So it's no longer going to be just secure offline storage, it's going to be the right regulatory licenses, obviously the right insurance, as well as the right mechanisms for people using that service to actively participate in the crypto ecosystem, things like staking, things like governance, et cetera. So really moving beyond just the early first movers of Bitcoin into crypto more generally, I think is where we're going to see crypto custody going in the next few years.
Yeah, and I know your Coinbase CEO, Brian Armstrong, has been making the case that custody no longer means just kind of putting it in a vault under the ground. It means actually being able to use your assets for why don't you tell me a little bit about how do you take those sort of stuff out of the vault and use them? What can you do with it these days?
Yeah, the primary things that our clients want to do are stake, so they want to actively secure blockchains. They want to vote as well, so they want to participate in on-chain governance. How you do that is actually bespoke to each blockchain and protocol. So it's still a lot of work to go into each one and figure out what is the right way to do that securely, and how can we do that while maintaining the safety of our clients' assets. So we're still figuring that out sort of chain by chain. Today we're live staking for Tezos and we're launching governance for MakerDAO here shortly. But that's absolutely the goal. Clients don't want to just hold these assets. They want to actively participate. We call them activist investors. They want to be out front with how they're engaging with crypto networks.
And that might hold true for projects like Tezos, where there is a voting mechanism. Bitcoin, there's not, though. The store of value, as everyone calls it now. And what I'm curious about is the custody model, I understand, for Xapo is you paid Xapo like 25 basis points to hold your hoard and keep it safe. But if you think about it, that's almost like a negative interest rate. Now with the macro interest rate environment rising and new companies coming along that promise to provide you interest, is custody still a viable business in that way?
Yeah, I think absolutely. Investors and really institutional investors' needs are maturing, they're expanding. So just keeping Bitcoin safe is not enough. You need the right regulatory licenses to service your business. You need the right insurance to make sure your investors feel like that stuff is safe, even with all the safety precautions you go to. But I think you're absolutely right that fundamentally we have to help our investors, our clients, earn a return on their assets, both for Bitcoin and other assets like Tezos that we can stake. So for Bitcoin, you could imagine something like lending out folks Bitcoin and earning an interest rate on that. That won't be for every client. Not everyone will want to engage in that practice, but that's a service we're considering we might offer in the future.
What if I'm a Bitcoin holder and you have my Bitcoin custody and I want to work with one of those other companies out there that let me lend or gain interest? Will that be possible to kind of plug in with?
Yeah, absolutely. Our view, and Coinbase Custody's view specifically, I should say, is that we're going to be agnostic to the ecosystem. So we will plug into other liquidity providers, we will plug into other service providers. Really, we're here to be a secure and trusted bridge into the crypto economy for our clients.
But which assets can you put into custody with you guys? And also with Xapo, that was presumably a big pot of Bitcoin they're holding. Was there anything else there?
Yeah, no, so Xapo was only Bitcoin. We support well over 30, maybe 40 different crypto assets in Coinbase Custody today. The full list is on our website, but certainly all the big ones you would expect, as well as the long tail. Pretty much whatever our investors need, our clients need, I should say, is what we're going to support on Coinbase Custody.
And what you mentioned insurance earlier. Is that, I mean, what if, presumably nothing's absolutely impenetrable? Suppose the smartest crooks in the world somehow get their hands on some of the stuff you're holding in custody. It's insured, you're saying?
It is insured. We have a pretty massive insurance policy. We've written extensively about it. It covers both our hot assets as well as our cold assets. And we manage our business such that we never have more crypto at risk than the cap in our insurance policy.
Right. Are you able to tell us at all about who the insurers are? Is it sort of the big names that are insuring, other stuff in the country? Or?
Yeah, it is the big names. So it's a syndicate of insurers because the amount of insurance is so big. There's not one single underwriter that's going to take that risk, but that syndicate is assembled by Lloyd's of London.
Okay, well, Sam, thanks so much for coming by.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. Enjoyed the conversation.
Yep.